I'm singing, and I'm in a vlog, and I'm singing, I'm in a vlog, and I'm singing! Good day, everyone! My name is Parker, and welcome to the 7th day of Vlogmas here on Adventures with Parker. So, if you couldn't already tell by my intro there, today I'm going to be talking about some of my favorite Christmas songs. Now, I just love listening to Christmas and holiday songs. I am one of those people who, as soon as Remembrance Day is over, like as soon as it hits November 12th, I am turning on my Christmas playlist and I will listen to it non-stop all the way through November and December. I just love it so much. It really puts me into the Christmas spirit. And yeah, naturally, I have a lot of favorites to choose from. So how it's going to work today is that I've decided to split everything up into 3 different categories. The first one being carols, so basically songs telling the nativity story and more of your Christian Christmas songs. The second category being classics. Now these are Christmas songs that pretty much everyone knows, a lot of different artists cover them. Usually written before the 60s, but I mean there might be a couple exceptions here and there. And the final category being modern/original songs, so mostly songs released in the last 10-20 years. These would be, if an artist released a Christmas album, these would be some of the original songs from that album. So yeah, I'm really excited to jump into it. So, without any further ado, let the adventures begin! Alright, let's jump into it, starting off with the Christmas carols. Coming in at number 5 on my list is Oh Holy Night. Now, I particularly love the Lea Michele version / the Glee version. They're pretty much the same thing. She did it for the first album for Glee, but it was actually sung in the second Christmas episode, so season 3, but she put it on her own Christmas album too. Anyway, she has a really strong voice. She does a really good job on that song. It is so beautiful when she sings it. Additionally, the Mariah Carey version is also really good. She does it well, and she just brings a lot of power and beauty to the song as well, which is great. That song is, I mean, musically, it's very powerful. It's very belty, hence why those 2 particular women are known for singing it. But yeah, it's a great song. And I mean, one of the things that I really like about it is that the lyrics kind of tell about the Christmas story, of course, like all carols do, but it kind of focuses more on, I guess, the reasoning for the nativity season and the reason for the incarnation. It's just very powerful and very emotional, and yeah, it's a beautiful song. I love listening to it. I have tried to sing it, and I can kind of do it for the most part. I mean, it does good up there. But yeah, it's a beautiful song. I love it, and that's why it's number 5. Coming in at number 4 is O Come All Ye Faithful. Now this song basically, the lyrics kind of tell about coming and seeing the newborn king. The full version has 6 verses. And traditionally what you're supposed to do is the first 5 verses are what you would sing during Advent. Advent being the season in the church before Christmas. It's the 4 Sundays before Christmas. And basically it's the time when Christians prepare for the coming of Jesus. And also the time when you eat chocolates out of your Advent calendar. That's kind of where that came from. And on Christmas is when you start singing the 6th verse. I think there's a 7th verse too that you do for Epiphany, which is 12 days after the Christmas. It's kind of when the 3 wise men came. Anyways, my favorite version of the song is definitely the Pentatonics version. They actually throw in a bit of a South African style with it, which is really cool, and it lends itself really well to the a cappella style of the group. And I mean, Pentatonics in general is great at Christmas music. You'll hear their name a bunch of times throughout this vlog, I'm sure. So yeah, that's number 4. Number 3 is actually another Advent song. It's technically not a Christmas carol, but it talks about Jesus. It's the same thing, and that is O Come, Emmanuel. again, the lyrics kind of tell about the waiting of Christ, and yeah, it's a very simple song. It's best done like really stripped down and simple and plain. Lauren Daigle does an amazing version of this song. I mean, I love Lauren Daigle in general. She has an amazing voice. She is my all-time favorite Christmas artist and just one of my favorite artists in general. I love her so much. But yeah, she does a great rendition of the song, and I mean, I think really like her version is why this song is so high up on my list. At number 2, we have God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. This is a fun song. It can be done in a really bouncy kind of style. Does that make sense? Listen to the Pentatonix version. That is my favorite version. Of course, again, like I said, Pentatonix is gonna show up a whole bunch of times in this list. But yeah, they do a really good job at it, and I don't know why exactly. I can't really pin a point on it. I just really like the song. I just enjoy it. And coming in at number 1 is Mary Did You Know? This is an interesting song. Lyrically, it kind of poses the question of did Mary know that this child that she was carrying would be the great savior that he came to be? And I mean, the answer is yes. There's a whole passage in the Bible called the Magnificat, which is basically Mary's song and her joy about carrying Jesus. But anyways, the song also has some really powerful moments musically, and I think Pentatonix is the best version at it. That's really how I was introduced to this song, was their version. And ever since I heard it, the song has become instantly among one of my favorites. Okay, and as some honorable mentions, we have Angels We Have Heard on High, particularly the Glee version. Amber Riley does a really good job on that song. It Came Upon a Midnight Clear and Do You Hear What I Hear, both of them for the Burl Ives version especially. I mean, the Burl Ives Christmas album in general is just classic. Mary's Boy Child, any version is good. Carol of the Bells, especially the instrumental version by Trans-Siberian Orchestra. And the last one I want to highlight is an instrumental mashup of The Little Drummer Boy and Do You Hear What I Hear by the Piano Guys, which I love because it kind of has a Middle Eastern style to it. So yeah, give it a listen, it's pretty good. Alright, so now let's talk about some of our classic Christmas songs. So yeah, like I mentioned, these are mostly songs written before 1960, and these are kind of just general Christmas songs that I think everyone pretty much knows and there's a lot of covers of. So for this section, I will definitely be listing my favorite artists along with the song. Coming in at number 5 is Santa Baby, and of course there's no better version than the Eartha Kitt version. It is so classic and so just timeless. It's great. It's a funny song in general. It makes me laugh every time. And the way Eartha Kitt does it is just, I don't know, it has that old-timey kind of feel to it. Although, I don't know, the Miss Piggy version does come close. And I mean, also the Michael Bublé version is pretty good too. I kind of like how he made a man version of it, you know? It's funny, but really cute. Coming in at number 4 is the Christmas song, otherwise known as Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire. I like the song. It's really cozy. It just gives me those warm, stay at home with your family kind of feelings of Christmas. It just, I don't know, it's very nostalgic too. I especially love the Michael Bublé version, of course. I mean, Michael Bublé is the king of Christmas, and he's Canadian, so what's not to love about him? Number 3 is It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas, and of course, again, Michael Bublé, can't go wrong with him. I like this song because, I don't know, again, it kind of gives those nostalgic Christmas vibes, and it kind of just reminds me of growing up in my small town and just seeing everything get covered in Christmas decorations. So yeah, it kind of gives me those feels, and yeah, the song just makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. And I mean, it's kind of fun in real life just to look around and see everywhere slowly start to look more like Christmas time as you approach December and all that. So yeah, it's a fun song. Number 2 is Sleigh Ride, and I like this song whether it's instrumental or with the lyrics. I think it's got a really fun, bouncy kind of rhythm to it. Of course, like it's got the horse clip-clop. It's just a fun song in general, and it's kind of about like, you know, like going out and having Christmas parties and getting together with people, and it's fun. It's a classic, of course. Best versions, Pentatonic's version, of course. Of course, Amy Grant is the one who popularized the song, and she does a really good rendition of it. And any instrumental versions of the song are also really well done. And they also incorporate the fun sound effects, like I mentioned before, the little horse clip clops, and there's usually a whip sound, so it's like. And coming in at number 1 for the classic Christmas songs is Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree by Brenda Lee. This is just classic 50s style Christmas. It is the perfect Christmas song about like having fun with your friends, and again, it's kind of about Christmas parties and get-togethers and all those things we don't get to do in 2020. But it just has all those feel-good vibes. And I mean, it was featured in Home Alone, so hey. And just thinking about Brenda Lee herself, I mean, if you listen to her music, she sounds like she recorded it when she was in her 20s or 30s or something. But no, she first started getting into the music business when she was just 14. Oh my goodness, like, to be that young and have that much talent and that mature of a voice is just, wow. She is such a great artist, a true icon of the 50s. And Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree, I mean, it's still very popular today. And I think that just goes to show how great of an artist she was. Some honorable mentions are Silver Bells by Tony Bennett. I just love Tony Bennett and jazz, and Silver Bells definitely brings over some of that style. Deck the Rooftop, the mashup between Up on the Rooftop and Deck the Halls from Glee. It is so catchy and so fun. Don't hate it, it's good. Walking in a Winter Wonderland, there are so many artists that do that song really well. And Baby It's Cold Outside. Some of my favorite versions of the song are the Michael Bublé and Idina Menzel version, and of course the Glee version. I'm a sucker for the Glee version. I mean, it was one of the first Klain moments in the show. So yeah, it's really cute. Finally, we have our modern/original Christmas song category. I have some good ones in here, so let's get to it. Coming in at number 5 is Christmas Come On by Lindsey Stirling and featuring Becky G. I mean, Lindsey Stirling, what can I say? I love her. If you don't know who she is an artist who does violin mixed in with dubstep, which is a weird combination, I know, but go listen to her songs. They are actually total bops. I love them so much, and the song is no exception. It's just really fun, and I mean, the violin and electric kind of fusion of it just surprisingly lends itself really well to a Christmas song. Number 4 is Santa Tell Me by Ariana Grande. I just love this song. It gets stuck in my head. It's really fun, and I mean, admittedly, Ariana Grande is my guilty pleasure. I think she is a great artist. I like a lot of her songs, and Santa Tell Me is no exception. Number 3 is one of the newest songs on the list, and that's Cozy Little Christmas by Katy Perry. I think the song is actually so cute. It kind of gives this message of, yeah, I don't need presents. I don't need all this expensive stuff. I just need the people that I love. But then, of course, there's the lyric that kills me every time. It's like, oh, can I just keep this, please? It's like, yeah, mood. But yeah, at the heart of the song, it's just all about spending Christmas, a cozy little Christmas with people who are near and dear to you, and that's really all you need to have a good Christmas. And especially for this year, I think that's a great message to keep in mind. Number 2 is the always iconic All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. What can I say about this song that hasn't already been said? It is such a classic. I know it's overplayed, and I'm probably partly responsible for that. But it's so good, it's so catchy, and it's a fun song. You can't deny that it's a fun song. And I think there's a bit of science behind it too, in a way. I heard somewhere that the song incorporates riffs from a whole bunch of classic Christmas songs in it, and that's why it is so popular, and that's why it is so catchy and so well loved. So yeah, Mariah Carey really knew what she was doing when she released that song. And then at number 1, my all-time favorite modern Christmas song is Underneath the Tree by Kelly Clarkson. I love Kelly Clarkson. She is among one of my favorite artists just in general, and her Christmas album is so good. And this is my favorite song from it, of course. It's just, I don't know, it's a bop. It's great, and unlike everything else, it's catchy and all that, and yeah, it's just a fun song. I know I've said that for pretty much everything on this list, but that's the joy of Christmas songs, is that they're fun. They get you into the festive spirit, and yeah, Underneath the Tree, it does that for me. Of course, we need to list some honorable mentions, and I've got quite a few for this category. Starting off with Believe by Josh Groban, from the Polar Express album, obviously. I mean, this song really speaks to the spirit of Christmas and Santa Claus and just believing. It's such a beautiful song. It makes me tear up a little bit every time too. So yeah. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays by NSYNC. I also have a guilty pleasure for 90s boy bands. So yeah, obviously this song had to get an honorable mention. Also, I need to shout out When We're Together from the Olaf's Frozen Adventure soundtrack. Actually, there's a whole bunch of good songs from that short, like Ring in the Season, That Time of Year is also a cute song. And I mean, I'm a huge Disney fan, so of course, those songs are gonna be something that I enjoy. Another good song from Kelly Clarkson's Christmas album is Winter Dreams. It is a pretty song, I like it. Kind of one of those more out there songs are White Winter Hymnal. I forget who the original artist is, but I'm most familiar with the Pentatonix version, you know, with the... And the last song that I want to give an honorable mention for is Little Saint Nick and Run Run Reindeer. They both sound very similar, both by the Beach Boys. Love the Beach Boys, they are great. And these songs just give a fun little 60s twist on Christmas. Anyways, thank you so much for joining. Comment down below and let me know what your favorite Christmas songs are in each category. I'd love to hear from you. And in case you guys weren't already aware, I am doing the 12 days of Vlogmas here on Adventures with Parker, so be sure to check out some of my past videos and subscribe and hit the notification icon to be notified about my future Vlogmas videos and any other video I do on the channel. And if you want, you can also give me a follow on social media at @ADBParker. Anyways, thank you so much for joining me. As NSYNC once said, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and remember, the adventures are calling!
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
The Michael blah blah blah. The Michael blah 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 version.